Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to the business studies class. So today we are going to discuss the functions of commercial bank. So before the functions of commercial bank, already we learned some topics, that is the meaning of business services, then the examples and features of business services, and that the activities, intangible, different rates, inseparability, modification, then can't be stored, and no transfer of ownership. So these are the features that we were learned in this last class. Then the difference between of goods and services, then the banking service. So here the banking means where the accepting deposits and lending loans to the public. So for the purpose of lending to the needy borrowers for investment. So these are the meaning for the business banking. Then the types of bank under that commercial bank. So these are the commercial bank under that. There are two types. One is private sector and public sector. Then the cooperative banks. Then specialized banks. Then central banks. So these are the types of banks that we were learned in this last class. Okay. So the today's topic is the functions of commercial banks. So the functions of commercial banks means these are the functions of the banks. Okay. So under that, the first point is, so we all know that the commercial bank is a profit-based financial institution, so that accepts deposits, grants loans, and offer other financial services such as overdraft facilities and electronic transfer of funds to its customers and business concerns. So let us start with some important functions. So under that, first function is the acceptance of deposit. So the main function of commercial bank is a accepts of deposits from the public. So bank maintains various deposits accounts for the customers and converts deposits money into cash, vice versa. So this is the first function of the deposits. The customers can withdraw their deposits as and when required through checks, drafts, or can transfer money to others. So this is the first point, that is acceptance of deposits. Okay, so the acceptance of deposits mean what? So acceptance of deposits means so the banks institutions accept deposits from the public. So banks maintains various deposits accounts like SB account, then current account. So these are the accounts, etc. So where the banks accepts the deposits from the public. Okay, so this is the first function of the commercial banks. Okay, acceptance of deposits. Then the second point is the giving loan and advances. So another function of commercial bank is the giving loan and advances. So the commercial bank is to extend loans and advance out of the money which comes to them. Okay, so by way of deposits to businessmen and entrepreneurs against accrued securities such as gold, silver bullions, then government securities, easily saleable stocks and shares and marketable securities. So these are the governments giving the loans and advance to the public. Those who are lenders, those who want to invest in the companies. So those who want the money, then the banks will provide the loans. Okay, so bank will be charged interest for the loan and advances. Okay, these are the important functions. The first is acceptance of deposits. So the second is the giving loan and advances. Okay, so you can see in this picture here the bank clerks or the bank's account managers were receiving the deposits and the public, those who are depositing the amount money in the banks. Okay, so these are the big, you can see that in this pic. So the second is lending loan. So this is the second point where the banks giving loans to the investors. Okay, so these are the second point. Then the third point is the using check system. So using check system. So here the using check system also the render important service by providing an expensive medium of exchange, such as checks. In modern business transactions, the use of checks to settle debts is found to be much more convenient than the use of cash. In fact, The check is also known as the most developed credit instrument. So this is the using check system. Okay, so using check system also one of the most important function in the fund commercial bank, यानी कि चेक यानी कि अमाउंट के बदले चेक को प्रोवाइड किया जाता है, और चेक जो भी बैंक के अंदर चेक दिखाएगा तो उसको अमाउंट मिल जाएगा। चेक जो है जिसके नाम पे होती है वही जाके बैंक में अमाउंट ले सकते हैं। सो दिस इज कॉल्ड check system. Okay, so that's using check system also. This is the third function of the banking. Then the fourth point is remittance of fund. So here the remittance of fund means the commercial banks is of providing the facilities of fund transfer from one account to another and from one place to another on account of the interconnectivity of branches. So the transfer of funds is administered by using bank drafts, pay orders or mail transfers or nominal commissions charges. On nominal commission charges. So this is called the remittance of fund. यानी कि अब remittance fund के मतलब एक अकाउंट से दूसरे अकाउंट को अमाउंट सेंड किया जाता है, या फॉरेन एक्सचेंज या मोबाइल प्लेटफॉर्म के थ्रू भी जो है अमाउंट्स को रेमिटेंस किया जा सकता है। सो रेमिटेंस ऑफ फंड मीन्स द अमाउंट ट्रांसफर टू वन प्लेस टू अनदर थ्रू यूजिंग मेल फैसिलिटीज or demand draft. So these are the instruments for the remittance of fund. Okay, students, understood? So the first point is accepting of deposits, lending loans, then using check system, then remittance of fund. Now the next is allied services. Here, what is the meaning of allied services? So in addition to above function, bank also provide allied services like such as bill payments or locker facilities, underwriting services. They also perform other services like buying and selling of shares and debentures on instruments and other personal services like payment instruments premium, collection of dividend, etc. Okay, so these are the allied services that is provided by bank. Okay, students, have you got my point? Okay, then the e-banking. So the banks also provide the e-banking services. Like the e-banking means electronic banking. So you can transfer money through electronic devices. So this is called e-banking. Understood? So here e-banking means, yes, e-banking means it is electronic banking. So electronic banking means services. These are the services or the banking done through the electronic devices like RTGS, NEFT, and SMS alerts, bank drafts, cash credit, and ATM services. So these all for the exam. These all are examples for the e-banking. Okay, so these all are examples for the e-banking. So e-banking is a method of banking in which the customers conducts transactions electronically via the internet. So many advantages and disadvantages also there for the e-banking. We can study it in the next class. Okay, we can study in the next class. So these are the you can pay to the all the bills like in the mobile phone, like Paytm, Phone Pay, then mobile app like for SPay, app is there. So etc. So many applications are there for doing e-banking. Okay, every bank have every bank has uh, one application for e-banking. Then locker facilities. The locker facility is one of the most important function in the commercial bank. Every banks have a locker facilities to keep the all the documents in the bank itself. Okay, so government, sorry, not government, the banks are charges for the lockers facilities. Okay, some amount for the locker facilities. So these are the functions of not yeah, these are the functions of commercial banks. Okay, so once again I will going with the functions. The first function is accepting of deposits. Here the accepting of deposits, we noted the meaning of acceptance of deposits. So this is a main function of the banks. So acceptance deposits from the public, then bank maintain various deposits account for their customers and converts deposits money into cash and vice versa. The customers can withdraw the deposits as and when required through checks, drafts can transfer money to the others. So this is the first point of the acceptance of deposits. Second point, that is lending loans. So means giving loans and advances. Like another function of commercial bank is to extend loans and advance out of the money which comes then to pay by checks, deposits, businessmen and entrepreneurs against approved securities such as gold or silver, bullions, government securities, etc. Then third point is using check facilities. So using check facilities is also one of the most important function in the commercial bank. So banks also render important services by providing an expensive medium of exchange, such as checks. In modern business transactions, the use of checks to settle debts is found to be much more convenient than the use of cash. In fact, the checks is also known as the most developed credit instrument. Okay. Then the fourth point, that is remittance of fund. So here the remittance of fund means providing the facilities of funds transfers from one account to another and from one place to another on account of the interconnectivity of branches. यानी कि एक interconnectivity branches के रूप में फंड जो है द फंड ट्रांसफर टू वन प्लेस टू अनदर, यानी कि आपका जो बैलेंस होगा बैंक में, जो बैलेंस होगा आप एक जगह से दूसरी जगह ट्रांसफर कर सकते हो, एक प्लेस दूसरी प्लेस पर और एक अकाउंट से दूसरे अकाउंट पर आप ट्रांसफर कर सकते हो. So this is called remittance of funds. Okay. Then allied services. Allied services means we know that the bank also provide allied services, bill payments, लॉकर facilities. आप देख सकते हो कि बिल पेमेंट कर सकते हो, आपको अंडरराइटिंग सर्विसेज मिलेंगी, यानी कि बाइंग एंड सेलिंग ऑफ शेयर्स को आप बाई या सेल कर सकते हो, और बहुत सारे सर्विसेज आपको बैंक की तरफ से प्रोवाइड किया जाएगा. इसके लिए हम अलाइड सर्विसेज कहते हैं. Okay, so then e-banking, we know that the e-banking means electronic banking. The banking we are doing through using the electronic devices and internet. This is called e-banking. We can recharge our bills, we can pay electricity bill, we can pay water bill, DTH bill, gas bill, or we can send the money from one place to one friend to another friend. So these are the examples for the e-banking. Okay, then the locker facilities, the bank also provide the locker facilities, and the banks charges interest for the lockers, and you people, the account holders can keep all the documents and all the important assets in the bank lockers. Okay, so these are the safe custody, so this risk will be take care from the banks. Okay, so this is the locker facilities. So these are the functions of commercial banks. Okay, students, have you got these points? I hope all are you understood of this topic. If you have any doubts, just comment me. We will try to resolve your problems. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching this video. Have a good day. Thank you.